several pieces. I think I got 5 pieces. I'm worried first about the opponent structure and the personnel. What's their identity? All right, are they 3-4, are they 4-2, 4-4, whatever, you know? What do they run on normal downs? You'll know. All you got to do is watch 7 clips of 3 games, 3 different games, because you might be a little different each week, but opponent structure, all right, where are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Do we have an advantage in either of those? Is my identity an advantage to what they do on defense? I'm a smash mouth run team and they play a bunch of, you know, high sock nickel coverage guys, probably a good advantage for me. Vice versa, could be true as well. Okay, really good in the box, but we throw the ball well, it's an advantage. Those things, immediately first things you see. All right? Where are their weaknesses and how can we expose them? They got a hole out there. Can I get the ball out there? High school football, most people's holes are farthest from the ball. You know, when you got good guys out there, oh shit, probably got a good defense. But most people have the holes farthest from the ball because QB can't always get it to that spot. Or if the QB can, there's not always somebody that's open in that spot. All right, so my job is to try to figure out where the weaknesses are, expose them, put the ball in those places, whether it's a structure problem or a personnel problem. All right. You also got to worry about yourself. How can they expose us? You know, I mean, I got a right guard that ain't worth shit. Like, they putting their guy here, that's going to be a problem. All right, so you worry about yourself. Secondly, what does our structure and personnel look like? Do we got any problems we got to fix? Do we got any pieces we got to hide? And most of the time, I mean, we just want title, and the answer is still yes. All right, relative, right? But still got issues of, you know, we got to worry about this piece over here. And what if they found it? What could they do? So you're always trying to look forward on how do I fix it? But if they found it, what's their answer? How do I have an answer for that counterpunch? Okay. And I already said, how can we expose them? And then this piece is huge. What can we practice within the time allotted? You either expand your time of practice, which is fine. It's a good answer. Or you figure out ways to eliminate so you can practice within the time allotted. All right. How can we increase productivity? All right. These are my thoughts in the process on the weekend. Do I need to move a player? Like I said, if they got a problem out there, I got to get the ball out there. Let's say I can do that. I want it to my best player who can be in that spot right there and take a touchdown. Or they got a problem here. Well, I want my best blockers here. Hand it to my best player so it's a maximized success. All right, so that means I got to move things around every now and then. Can't be static enough to be like, well, that's just where he plays. Okay, well, he's just going to play out here and get double covered or something. So you got to have that thought process. All right, then I'll worry about your curveballs. How many times are you throwing a second pitch? You know, what are your second pitches? Are there more than one? When do you throw them? What is it? All right, you have a go-to changeup. You know, do you kick your front, make it a 4-man front? You know, I mentioned something about Grayson. They got a damn all-world Mike linebacker. But when he walked down to an edge rusher, we were concerned. So we had to make sure that we were ready for their changeup. And we knew when it was coming, we knew where it was, but it still didn't matter. He's 5-star. And he's faster than anybody we had. So you got to worry about that, and you got to know when it's coming and you have an answer for it. So do we need to change people to get there, or do we need to change protections? And that was our answer that week. Oh, God, there he is. Go that way. Okay. So, you know, looking when do they call it? And a lot of good ones in this state, guys. There's some of them make you chase that rabbit. So you got to decide how far you're chasing it. All right. How many times did I see it? So my job is all of those other jobs in one person. So I'm doing all of that. Yeah, I get to work more on Saturday. Yeah, so what? I get to call plays. I get to get paid more. So that's my job. All right. So I'm chasing it. How far down do I got to chase something like a changeup that may be, this week I threw a slider, but I never really throw that because the guy swung at it as opposed to it's a good pitch. All right. So I have to figure that out. Got enough time in practice to probably give a couple reps at something, even if I think it's just something they want me to chase. But if it's something serious, I gotta spend a lot of time in practice with it. Like I said, that when they moved their Mike Backer to the edge, And we practice that probably more than anything else. Do they bring pressure? This is the deal. Working on that on Saturday for me. What do we got to do if they do? When do they bring them? How do they bring them? Do we need to change protections? Do we need to create a new one? Do we just have to call timeouts? Like, what do we got to do? Fourth thing. So I'm looking at identity. I'm looking at our identity, looking at change-ups, pressures. All right. Sometimes I want you to do that. I see it coming. I know it's coming. Got an answer for it. Big play. Put that on your menu. You know it's coming. So a lot of times you can find that answer. And, you know, most of you guys use huddle probably. I mean, there's a million things that this huddle thing will break down. I'm not smart enough to chase all those around. So if you want to do all the breakdown, please do it. I trust my eyes and I trust my gut. I'll track it with my hand. That's just me. Okay? So create, but also eliminate from your play menu. Huge deal. Huge deal. Who in here is play caller? Okay. Honest answer. How many times have you called every play on your sheet? 0. I mean, maybe, I don't know, unless you're already good at this. I constantly have way too many plays. So you got to focus on eliminating stuff. I've gotten way better, and it's been forced through practice to get way better. All right. So this is kind of where I'm going to end up with practice planning, is it's going to force you to do this. All right. Because inside of a game, it's 3rd and 4. You might have 5 3rd and 4s in a game. You may have 10. It's a lot of drives. All right. I think probably around 5. If you've got 15 calls for 3rd and 4, which one are you going to choose? You're just going to do this. Okay, if you've got 5, you know exactly in those moments which one to call. So we're going to get in that in a second. But so you focus on the money downs. 3rd and 4th in short, 5 or less. 3rd and long, short yardage, which is, you know, real tight. Score zone, red zone, backed up, 2-point plays and tricks. So this is the menu. This is where my practice will come from. We will have banks of plays that are all these things. And then they just go to your call sheet. And then that hit 3rd and 12, championship game on the line. You know what you're calling. I had already called that play 22 times leading up to that game. Had a good player, made it happen, but at the same time, I knew what I was going to call. Track everything. You better figure out how you can spend time for yourself. Like I said, I get to call plays, I get to get paid more, so I spend all day Saturday, and my coaches don't. What I mean by everything is, oh, I played him 10 years ago when he was at some other place. What did he do to that guy? Oh, what did I do? I got my game plans all in a folder in my locker. I can't tell you how many times I'll just, I remember this. I don't remember what I called or what my check was, and go look at it. That piece is critical. Take great notes, guys. Take great notes. But at some point, you've got that scenario in your answer bag, unless you don't have enough experience, and then you go ask somebody what they did in that moment. All right? But I've seen it, and what did I do? Unless your memory's better than mine, I have to go look for it. But track everything you have, including historical data, and limit each scenario on those money downs to 5 calls or less.